Good morning, children. In the previous class, we have seen about the discovery of the nucleus and nucleus in onion peel cells and in also the chick cells, where they are arranged and how they are arranged. Now we are going to see the different types of the cells or the diversity in the cells, changes in the cells, on what factors the size or the number of the cells in a body depends upon. Generally, the cells differ in plants and animals. You know it as we have seen through the experiment, isn't it? Now see here, the observation of the dicot stem. I also told you about the grass blade. When you observe the grass blade, you can see that is two type of we can peel it and observe under the microscope. You see the epidermal cells and the stomatal cells in the grass blade, isn't it? So in the similar manner, if you observe the dicot stem, whether it is a mango stem or a tender stem of mango or any other dicot stems, the seed which is enclosed in the two cotyledons. So the plant of that, the stem of that plant, you take the tender stem and cut its bark and observe it under the microscope. You can find these parts, This is the structure of the dicot stem observed under the microscope. Mainly 4 parts you can observe in it. They are epidermal layer, hypodermis or the mesodermal layer, mesodermis, endodermis, and mainly the epidermal layer around it contains a cuticle, that is the bark of the epidermal layer. The outermost layer of the epidermal layer contains the cuticle, which is a protective layer. It protects the cell and also gives the shape to this cell. It protects the cell and also gives shapes to the cell which contains the epidermal hair. And inside it you can also see the special organs that are found inside the mesoderm, that is in between the endoderm and the epiderm. There is a mesodermal layer which contains the organs like chloroplasts, which perform the photosynthetic function. That is, they carry on the photosynthesis action. Special organs are present here like chloroplasts. So where plastids are arranged, chromoplasts which are colorless, chloroplasts which are green colored, which perform the photosynthetic function in the cells. Next, inside it there are endodermal layer, or it is also called as it contains the vessels. They are called as ground tissues, where the xylem and phloem vessels are present inside, which carry the food and water to the plant. That is the conduction of food and water from the roots to the plant, and further from the plant to the roots. It takes place through these vessels, xylem and phloem vessels, at this vascular bundle region inside the endodermal layer. So this is the hollow structure at the center. It is called as the pith or the ground tissue. This is called the pith or the ground tissue. Hope you have understood the 4 points, children. So the first outermost layer is the cuticle or the epidermal layer. So it acts as a protective layer of the cell. And in the second one is the mesodermal layer, which contains which supply the food and that is which carries the photosynthetic action. This is chlorenchyma region. So epidermal, this is the parenchyma region, and this is the chlorenchyma region, where the food, that is preparation of food takes place in this region. Preparation of the food takes place, that is photosynthesis process takes place here. Special organs are present here, chloroplast, which takes part in the photosynthetic reaction. Next, this is the part. Next is the parenchymal region, where the endodermal region encloses itself, in which the conduction of food and water to the plant takes place in this region, where the vessels, xylem and phloem vessels are present in vascular bundles, in the form of vascular bundles. These are the vascular bundles. In the center there is, in the last part, that is called as the ground tissue or the pith. It is very hollow in nature. So I think you have observed and understood this structure of the dicot stem. Okay, children, next we will move to the different cells that are present in the human body. Now we'll see the shapes of different cells in human body. Let's see here. This is the smooth muscle cell. This is the bone cell, human nerve cell, striped muscle cell. So the muscles, bones and muscles help for the movement of our body, as you know, you have learned in the higher, in your lower classes, isn't it? So here the muscle cell is in spindle shaped at both ends. It is pointed and wider in the middle, and it contains all the cell organelles and cell membrane which protects the cell, protective layer, inside cytoplasm, nucleus, and cell organelles are embedded in it. In the same manner, you can see the striped muscle cell which has the stripes. The cells are striped, which contains the nucleus and cytoplasmic granules, and all are present inside. So they are present and embedded. All the organelles are embedded inside the cell along with the nucleus. Bone cell. It is star shaped. It's star shaped. You can see the star shaped bone cell, and which contains the nucleus in the middle, and also you can see the cytoplasm and cytoplasmic that organelles also present inside it. So you can see the nucleus, cell membrane, cytoplasmic granules. So these are the parts that are present in the cell. So different cells, they are of different shapes. If you see these all, they are of different shapes. This is star shaped, this is spindle shaped, and human nerve cell, if you see, it is a branched completely, isn't it? So from the top to bottom, if you see here, the shape is completely branched. So it has the different parts in it. They are, the cell body consists in this shape of a star. This is which contains the dendrites. Nissel granules are present inside, and this the part which is elongated. It is an axon, and these are the nerve terminals. These carry the impulses from the brain to the various sensory organs, and the impulses from the sensory organs reach the brain also through this nerve cells. So the nerve cell is elongated, and the shape of the nerve cell we can see as it is a elongated structure. Even if it is in the small, the human being or a large elephant, the shape of the nerve cell is as such itself. Now we'll see the different types of blood cells in our body. Okay children, come on, note down. Coming to the blood cells in human body, there are two types of blood cells. There are three types. There are red blood cells, white blood cells, and thrombocytes, that is blood platelets. Especially the blood cells, red blood cells and white blood cells, will see the shapes you see here. Red blood cells, they are round, biconcave. They may be biconcave or round in shape, spherical in shape. They give red color to the blood because they contain the hemoglobin, a protein pigment which gives red color to the blood. And if the RBC count is less in the human body, then they may suffer from anemia. So the blood cells should be ranging from 4.2 to 6 millions in human body. So the red blood cells, their number will be vary from male to female or from adults to children also. So the white blood cells next. They are divided into granulocytes and agranulocytes. Granulocytes, the name itself, it refers that they contain the grain-like structures inside the cell. So agranulocytes, they are non-granular cells. That is, they do not contain the grain-like structures in the cells. They grains. So the granulocytes are divided into three types. They are basophils, neutrophils, and eosinophils. What are basophils? So their nucleus is constricted into the lobes. These are the lobes that are present inside the nucleus. So you can see the nucleus which is constricted. No constriction is seen in agranulocytes, whereas the nucleus is constricted in granulocytes. So here they are bilobed, or the basophils are bilobed or trilobed, and they produce the histamine, that is a protein, histamine, which helps for the coagulation of the blood, so blood clotting. So it's very important. It produces the histamine, a protein which regulates the coagulation level of blood. Next, coming to the neutrophils, it contains the nucleus. They are about 60% in our human body. So neutrophils contains the single lobes like